A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Chapter 2. Action. Action is defined as a thing done, a deed. Quote, He who created death and life so that he may test which of you is best indeed. Holy Quran, chapter 67, verse 2. Quote, It is not righteousness that you turn your faces east or west, but it is righteousness to believe in God and the last day and the angels and the book and the messengers, to spend of your substance out of love for Him, for your kin, for orphans, for the needy, for the wayfarer, for those who ask, and for the ransom of slaves. To be steadfast in prayer and practice regular charity. To fulfill the contracts you have made, and to be firm and patient in pain and adversity, and throughout all periods of panic. Such are the people of truth, the God-fearing. Holy Quran, chapter 2, verse 177. Quote, A human being can have nothing but what he strives for. Holy Quran, chapter 53, verse 39. Quote, Whoever performs good deeds and is a believer, his or her efforts will not be rejected. Holy Quran, chapter 29, verse 94. Quote, Truly God does not waste the reward of the doers of good. Holy Quran, chapter 9, verse 120, the end of the verse. Quote, Whoever does good deeds, whether male or female, and is a believer, we will make them live an agreeable life, and we shall indeed reward them for the best of their actions. Holy Quran, chapter 16, verse 97. Quote, Those who believe and perform good deeds, we shall indeed grant pardon to them for their misdeeds, and shall reward them according to the best of their actions. Holy Quran, chapter 29, verse 7. Quote, That Allah may reward them according to the best of their deeds, and add even more for them out of His grace. Holy Quran, chapter 24, verse 38. Comment. What a merciful Lord! He will reward us according to the best of our actions. Quote, Those who believe and do good deeds, their Lord will admit them to His mercy. That is a clear triumph. Holy Quran, chapter 45, verse 30. Quote, No one knows what delights of the eye have been kept hidden for them as a reward for their good deeds. Holy Quran, chapter 32, verse 17. Quote, As for man, when his Lord tries him through giving him honor and blessings, he says, My Lord is bountiful to me. But when he tries him through restricting his subsistence, he says, My Lord has humiliated me. Nay, but you did not show kindness to the orphan, nor did you encourage each other in feeding the poor. Greedily you lay your hands on the inheritance of the weak, and you love wealth with all of your hearts. Nay, you should know, when the earth will be pounded to powder, your Lord will come with angels standing in ranks. Hell shall be brought in sight. On that day man will remember his deeds, But how is that remembrance going to profit him? He will say, "Alas, would that I had sent forth some good deeds for this life of mine." Holy Quran, chapter 89, verses 15 through 24. Quote, "And what is the uphill road? It is to free a slave, or to feed in a day of hunger an orphan near of kin, or some poor in misery, then to be those who believe and exhort one another to patience and to compassion." Holy Quran, chapter 90, verses 12 through 17. And now the hadiths, or the sayings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Quote, "Whoever intends to do a good deed but does not do it, Allah records it with himself as a complete good deed. But if he intends it and does it, Allah records it with himself as 10 good deeds, up to 700 times or more. But if he intends to do an evil deed and does not do it, Allah records it with himself as a complete good deed. But if he intends it and does it, Allah records it down as one single evil deed." This is recorded in Bukhari and Muslim, a saying of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Quote, "Once a man who was passing through a road found a branch of a tree with thorns obstructing the road. The man removed the branch from the way. Allah thanked him and forgave him his sins." This is recorded in Bukhari. Quote, "Allah, mighty and sublime be He, will say on the day of resurrection, 'O son of Adam, I fell ill and you did not visit me.' Man will say, 'O Lord, and how should I visit you when you are the Lord of the worlds?' Allah will say, 'Did you not know that my servant so and so had fallen ill and you did not visit him? Did you not know that had you visited him, you would have found me with him? O son of Adam, I asked you for food, and you did not feed me.' Man will say, 'O Lord, and how should I feed you when you are the Lord of the worlds?' Allah will say, 'Did you not know that my servant so and so asked you for food, and you did not feed him? Did you not know that had you fed him, you would have surely found that, the reward for doing so, with me?' This is a hadith recorded in Sahih Muslim. Quote, "Verily, what a believer continues to receive in the form of reward for his action and his virtues after his death is the knowledge that he acquired and then disseminated, the pious child that he left behind, a copy of the Quran that he left as a legacy, the mosques that he built, the inn that he built for the use of travelers, the canal that he caused to flow, or charity that he gave while he was healthy and alive. These are the acts of goodness, the rewards of which reaches him even after his death." This hadith is recorded in Tirmidhi. Quote, "Feed the hungry, visit the sick, and free the slave." The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as recorded in Bukhari. Quote, "A man asked the Prophet, 'What sort of deeds of Islam are good?' The Prophet replied, 'To feed the poor, and to greet those you know and who you don't know.' Recorded in Bukhari. 3 things follow a deceased: his family, his wealth, and his actions. 2 of them return, and 1 remains with him. His actions are all that remain with him." recorded in Bukhari and Muslim.